No Man's Sky again here. I think I have a video of this game posted on my channel, I think. But as you guys can see, I have been playing for a little while now, since the most recent updates, and honestly, I've actually gotten back into the game. I'm enjoying the way it is now. Like, there's tons of new stuff, there's new freighters, there's new multi-tools, there's new ships, tons of new ships. There's even new engines and stuff as well. There's new weapons for your ships and everything. Like, it's quite awesome actually. There's even side missions you can do. You've got the space anomaly. This is the one I'm working on right now. I've got to scan 30 creatures for a guy called Polo. If you play the game, you know who that is. Then you got this one. That's a side mission. Another side mission. I think this is these are secondary missions. These are primary missions. Sorry. But like, I like the game. I've gotten into it again. I'm enjoying it. Honestly, if I were to say, if someone were to walk up to me and ask me if they should give this game a second chance, I'd say I am. It's up to you if you want to give it a second chance. I mean, there's tons of people giving it a second chance. I mean, personally, if I were in the position and I was the one asking, like, if I were asking myself, I'd probably say, yeah, I'd give it a second chance. Because it's changed since the way it was. The multiplayer is actual multiplayer now. You see each other like an actual person. As you can see, we have a third person in the ships now. You can switch it back to the first person if you choose to. I personally fly around in third person. You can even do the same thing with your character too. You even have a light you can toggle on and off. You get third person here for this. But like, there's tons of stuff. As you can see, you can own more than one ship here. I've got this one, got this one, and this one behind me. My freighter looks like that. I've also got a few ships that go along with my freighter that allow it to stay safe. However, the thing I'm going to be primarily focusing on is the duplication glitch. Some people there's some videos posted about it, and it gets you to do an extra step you don't actually need to do. So what you need is, you do need 2 refineries. This doesn't work very well in multiplayer. If you're gonna duplicate stuff in multiplayer, only have one person placing down refineries. Because I noticed when me and my buddy were doing it earlier, we ran into an issue where we could only have 3 placed down before one would disappear on us randomly. It was kind of annoying actually, but so what you want to do is you need 2 refineries. Next thing I personally recommend you do is you look for, if I can find any on this planet, you look for these, the buried technology modules. If you find those, sometimes you get these out of them. They're called salvage technology modules. And if you get your hands on 15, that's perfect. You can duplicate the full stack of 15 no problem, and you'll get 750 grand per one. If you have your inventory almost maxed out like I do here, I'd imagine I can probably go another row somewhere, but like right now, if I fill my inventory with nothing but these, I get 22 million credits. I'll probably be a little over 22 million now that I've got this slot here, because I just bought that one up at the station. But what you need to do is once you have your 15, or even if you just get one, you come over here, you put that in there like so, you come back behind this, you place down your second refinery exactly like I do here. Actually, hang on, I'll go into third person so you can see it a little better. You see how I have it lined up here? You want to do it pretty much identical the way they do it in the videos, but it's wrong button there. I don't like playing in third person on my characters. I never have on very many games. Always bugged me. But like once you've got it placed down, you just go into the inventory, select it, pick this one up, open this inventory, exit, and then place down your refinery, go back into this one's inventory, and repeat. That extra step of going in here, taking this out and putting it back in is not needed. It's an extra step that you really don't need to do. Like, I'll show you guys here how quickly I can actually finish filling up my inventory. You don't even have to let the inventory load up all the way. You can do what I just did there and just go into it, exit it, place down, and rinse, repeat, really. But I've been trying to get my hands on a better freighter, so I've been jumping from sector to sector, or galaxy to galaxy, or whatever you want to call it. It's not really galaxy, it's solar system, that's the word I was looking for. Jumping from system to system. So I fill up my inventory before I leave a system. And that way when I get to the next system I can just go straight to a station, offload my inventory, and then go back out and see what there is for freighters. But some people will probably find this duplication glitch here a little cheaty. I don't personally, because stuff is insanely expensive. So I honestly don't feel bad about doing this. Like for instance, that ship behind me, that was 13, or no, it was like 6 million credits. There were 6 million units in the game, and that was on top of trading in my other ship, which was valued at like 700,000. So I don't feel bad about doing the duplication glitch. I mean, I kind of do, but I kind of don't at the same time, because they have stuff so overpriced. Like even a new utility tool, that there set me back 6 million. Or it set me back 2 million, sorry. It was like 2,100,000 on top of my trade-in. And being I was trading in off the stock base utility tool, it was not worth all that much. Like the base utility tool does not have very much space on it at all. It's really all it is a starter utility tool. Once you're out of that first sector, like if you get blueprints and stuff, they're useless until you get a new utility tool. So I'd say do this as soon as you can. Get yourself at least 20 million so you can get yourself a bigger ship or better ship, so you have more space for stuff, and then pick up a new utility tool, and then you can go on from there if you choose to. Like that's my personal recommendation. If you want to go by that, you can. If you don't, it's so be it. It's your choice. Like, this is what I've been doing. This is how I'm doing it. If you don't agree with the way what I'm doing, let me know in the comments. Like, I personally want to know what people think. Like, the game itself is a nice looking game. I like it. But there is some things I'd probably change. Like, for instance, the prices on stuff. I'd make them a little bit more reasonable. Rather than a ship with 16 slots being 3 million credits, I'd make it like 500,000 credits or 600,000 credits. That way you can upgrade from your ship that's got like 8 slots to a better ship that's got like 16 or 20 slots in it. Because I was having a heck of a time trying to grind out cash the proper way because my ship had no space in it. Like, see, and that right there is full inventory. That's a little over 20 something million credits right there alone. Like, I'll jump to the next system so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Not this one. Sorry, I do this every time. It's kind of it bugs me if I don't do it kind of thing. Actually, before I leave, I'm going to duplicate some. That is perfectly fine. I'm gonna take those. Let's see. Warp fuel is kind of a pain to make if you don't have access to the materials right away as well. And this is really the only other thing I duplicate other than ship launch fuel itself. I mean, that stuff's not hard to make, it's just a nuisance to have to make it constantly. But I might do some more stream/videos like this on No Man's Sky with some people, if I can get some people together, that is. Being the multiplayer for the game is so new, a lot of people don't want to participate in multiplayer with other people because they seem to think that if you do, you lose everything you have worked hard for. But in reality, what happens when you're in a multiplayer session with somebody and they crash out and they've got 2 ships side by side? Like, for instance, if I were to take this ship right here, call it in, and then go back over to here and call that ship in. Now I have these 2 ships both here, but say if I had somebody in the lobby with me right now and they were, you don't even really have to be on the planet, you can just end up, all it really does is, if, say for instance, if I had another person in here and I were to get kicked for inactivity, this ship or this ship would end up being that person's ship. The bases and stuff would also end up being claimed by them. However, there is a way around that issue, which is if you end up running into that problem, you can actually upload your base. That way it stays claimed as your base. That way when you join back into that save, it's still yours. At least that's how I've worked it out. I don't know if that actually works. It's how I do it, or that's how I get the people to do it in my saves when they join me. Sorry, I'm gonna go quiet here for a second. Concentrating on doing this. For some reason I feel it's absolutely necessary to go quiet whenever I'm doing stuff. But like that right there is a lot of money alone right there. Just sitting there now. Waiting for the next opportunity. And that's my cue to do this. I've just been utilizing the Galactic Core mission to get myself further along. As you can see, the audio for the jump start is bugged. I have no clue if you guys are going to be able to hear me over this section of the game because this is kind of noisy. You might even actually hear the audio through my headset. I don't know. It is a possibility. It's something that happens. Can't really avoid it. I don't have the money to afford a different headset. Okay, scratch that. We're not going to the station. We're going to attack these ships, but being very careful not to accidentally shoot the freighter, because last time I did that, I got murdered. My recommendation when doing these missions, don't shoot at the enemy pilot while they're at the ship the way this one is here. Because if you do, you're liable to hit the frigate itself, or freighter, sorry, and you're going to be screwed. Because not only will the freighter and its escorts start attacking you, but you will also start getting attacked by Sentinel craft. Yeah, I have no clue if they did it before, but the Sentinels now follow you out into space. But this right here is actually how I got my current freighter. That one is how I got that. This is the second time I've actually seen this ship, by the way. I've seen it once before as well, but I actually kind of want to warp my other freighter in here before I do this. I don't know why the game insists on you having to be so far out. It's actually kind of annoying. Does it not have any fuel? No, it's got fuel. Thank you. Now the rest of my fleet should jump in behind that. This is how I got the ship that I just warped in up there. I got it by doing this. I've had it for, I want to say, probably about 3 days now. Since I've gotten that one. The reason why I've had it for that long is because I haven't had the money to get anything bigger than that freighter until now. As you can see, 83 million credits, so. And that's not counting the 20-something million I have in my inventory. But like, my current freighter has, I think, like 16 slots. Yeah, see, this one's got 24 inventory slots. This thing actually looks kind of cool. And now don't tell me I just lost all the inventory on that other freighter. I'm gonna be irritated if that is what just happened. I'm gonna be so mad if that's what just happened. I need to get to my... Because I know you can have multiple ships, but I don't know about freighters. I don't know if that's included in that. I don't think it is, because when you're in that summon vehicle menu, you don't have that option. Remember where the heck I parked it. Well, there's the rest of my fleet. Yeah, I think I just lost the entire inventory on that ship. Yep. That is kind of irritating. At least it's not hard to replace it. It's not like I had all that much. Actually, that's a lie. There was a lot on that freighter. I think I had that thing packed. I don't know, let me know, guys, in the comments what I left on that ship. I'll probably look back at the footage anyways, but that's kind of aggravating that it didn't give me the option to compare the ships before it allowed me to accept them, or accept the new ship. Ooh, hello. You looked cool when you flew over me. You don't look all that cool anymore. Never mind. I thought that was one of the large ship versions of that thing. There's a big version of that ship, of that exact same design. I keep pressing circle every time I try to open one of these things. But here you guys can see exactly how much I can sell that for. 23,247,396 units. 93 million units is what I have in my inventory right now, like on my character. If you're curious as to how you can upgrade your inventory the way I have on my character, one way you can do it is to drop pods on the planet, as well as this guy over here on every single station you go to. You come over to this terminal, and then it'll give you the prompt to purchase the upgrade. I have 2 more slots to fill, and then I think it'll give me a new row. That's what it did last time. Like here, I'll give you guys an example as to how expensive. Yeah, this is a pain in the ass too. There it is. Right here, here's an example as to how expensive one of these is. Cost $635,000 for something that's only got 11 slots. Your first one you get has these 6 right here. You get 6 slots to start with, and you're getting, or no, you don't have 6 slots. You have 5 slots on your starter multi-tool. This gives you 6 extra slots, but your original multi-tool is only worth 300,000. So you're now having to grind out 300,000 extra credits to get this gun. Me personally, I used the duplication glitch and got the one that I currently have, which is this one here. I like it. It works well. It does its purpose. Oh, no more ships. But I think I'm gonna cut this stream video here. Or I might record some more of this. Record/stream more of this game later on a later date, but I'm gonna try and, if I can, keep the videos within 30 minutes. If possible. If I end up going over, then oh well. But I'm gonna cut this one here, guys. I'll talk to you guys in the next video, I guess.